Hey, what's up YouTube? Steven here, and I'm here now with Halo 4, and in this video I'm going to be showing you the weapons from all three classes of Human, Covenant, and Forerunner. I'm going to show you all their weapons, as well as the armor abilities that are in Halo 4, as well as the new vehicle that they added in this game. So we're going to get started here on this map, Erosion, which is essentially a blank map. There's some stuff outside of this room as well, but this room is essentially one giant blank area, which would make a great Griffball Court or other great forging maps. So we're first going to start off here with the Human Magnum, and this Magnum is essentially just like the Magnum in Reach. You can pick it up and well, I already have one equipped, so I forgot that I already had one equipped. But you can fire it basically as fast as you can pull the trigger, as I demonstrate here a few times. But you got that expanding crosshairs, and you can also get a 2x zoom by pressing the right stick. Next up is the assault rifle, also from the Humans. This is basically a remodeled version of the Halo 3 assault rifle. It doesn't look like the Reach one. It looks almost exactly like the Halo 3 one. Just they improved it in little sections where so it looks a little better than the one in Halo 3. And this is about how fast you can. That was a display of about how fast you can fire it. It has 32 rounds. Next up is the battle rifle from the Humans as well. I'm obviously going to do all the Human guns first, then the Covenant, and then the Forerunners. So this is the Halo 4 battle rifle, which is modeled pretty much exactly after the Halo 3 battle rifle. They just made the sight a square instead of a circle, and they changed how it looked. And I don't think the Halo 3 one had an ammo counter on underneath the sight. This gun always fires in a 3-round burst, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be more accurate than the Halo 3 one was. Next up, we have the DMR, which was introduced in Halo Reach. This is a single shot designated marksman rifle. You can only fire one shot. It has a fairly slow rate of fire as far as follow-up shots are concerned. See here, I'm firing as fast as it possibly can. However, just like the BR, it does have a scope on the top, which is great for making it longer in range, since you can see those farther targets. In my opinion, I'm probably going to use the BR more than I am the DMR, just because I like the BR more. Next up, we have the sniper rifle, which has pretty much stayed consistent throughout all the Halos. It kind of looks the same. They just changed the scope a little bit on this, but I think, in my opinion, the sniper rifle looks a lot better now. So it kind of looks like the infrared scope from Black Ops, but it's not. It's just normal scope, and you can fire. You can't fire it very fast, but it's extremely long range, and it's great for taking out long range targets. Now here we have the rockets. I'm not too sure if this is like the Halo 3 model or the Halo 2 Halo Reach model, where the Halo 2 and Reach model could lock onto weapons, because I have not used it in multiplayer yet. It also has the scope as well. I'm not too sure where the scope is located, but I'm not too sure if this has heat-seeking missile, so lock on, so it could lock onto a vehicle. I'm not too sure. Next up, we have the shotgun, which is pretty consistent through all the Halos as well, but they've changed it. It looks a lot different, in my opinion. It's no longer just this flat barrel thing. It's got this loop here where the slugs go into, but overall it's still pretty much the same shotgun, same sight. You can't shoot it from down your sights. And then we're going to follow the shotgun up with the sticky launcher. This is kind of similar to the grenade launcher. Again, I haven't used this in multiplayer yet. I haven't even gotten around to multiplayer yet. I just did a campaign video, and now I'm doing this. I assume that this is a grenade launcher type thing. You can shoot this and maybe stick to something or something like that, and you press the right trigger to shoot it, and then you press it again to launch it. Now here we have the saw, which is a new type of gun that they've added. It's actually a it's kind of like a light machine gun. It's got a high round capacity. Actually, if you fire it in 3-round bursts like I'm doing right now, it has no expansion whatsoever to its crosshairs, but it does have this really high amount of kick. Now I'm going to show you how much kick you'll get when you fire it an entire clip, which isn't actually all that much, considering it's a really high round LMG, which is new to Halo. Now we've got railgun. This is another new weapon to Halo 4. It's a charge gun, kind of like the Spartan laser. So you charge it, and then when it hits the outer edges of that circle, it fires a shot. It's only got a 1-shot clip, so after each shot you gotta reload, and you can only fire, I think I just fired 3 shots. Next up, you got the Spartan laser, which I just compared the railgun to. So this is basically a large laser beam gun that will kill anybody in 1 shot. It's been in all the Halos I've played. You charge it, and when the crosshairs go from the top to the left center, it fires. And my favorite thing is what I'm about to do now, is when you charge it, and right the second it fires, you press up on the D-pad and you go into the Oracle, and it kind of looks like the Oracle fired a red laser out of his head, out of the front end of his body. And now here we've got the frag grenade, which everybody's familiar with in Halo. You know, just your typical fragmentation grenade. Now here we've got the human turret that fires. You know, it's a turret, but they kept the cooldown, which they had added in Halo Reach, but it's a lot slower in my opinion. But you can fire in the 180 degrees in front of you, all the way to the left and all the way to the right. And they've also changed the ammo counter when you dismount it, and now instead of giving you a number of rounds, which I think they still did in Reach, I'm not too sure, I didn't use a turret that much in Reach, but now it's a percentage, and there's also me kind of demonstrating how much shots you can get. If you count how many shots there are in that, then you're a beast, because that would be difficult. Now we've got the plasma pistol, which has also been in all the Halos. This is a charge weapon. I'm not too sure if the Halo 4 version can kill, because I know in Halo 3 you couldn't kill anybody in multiplayer with it. You can either fire it in this overcharged burst that I used first, or you can fire it single shot. The overcharged burst will completely deplete someone's shields, making them completely vulnerable. Next up, we've got the Storm Rifle. This is a new gun to Halo as well. It's actually, in my opinion, a long-range version of the Plasma Rifle. Actually, it's more like a better version of the Plasma Rifle because it doesn't have a scope. And you can fire it as fast as you want, and then when it overheats, you'll obviously go into this cooldown animation. I find it best to fire it in a burst, then it never depletes. Next up, we've got the Covenant Carbine, which was in Halo 3, and I believe it was in Halo 2 as well. Again, I haven't played Halo 2. all the way through, so I don't remember very much. This gun can fire as fast as you like, and it appears to not have any crosshair expansion. It's also got a scope, just like the DMR, just like the Covenant DMR, and they replaced the needle rifle with it again. Next up, we've got the Needler, which is kind of on the top of my Covenant list permanently because I really like the Needler. It's a really cool gun. It shoots needles at people, and if you fill them with enough needles, they'll explode. Not too sure if they've done this because I haven't played multiplayer yet. I just came on here and checked out all the guns when I got home this morning, and then I went to bed, and then I got up and I made this video. So next up, we've got the beam rifle, which is the Covenant version of the sniper rifle. This beam rifle, they've changed how the beam rifle looks quite a bit. In my opinion, it looks a lot cooler now. It's still just a sniper rifle, but you can only fire 2 shots in rapid succession before it overheats, and you gotta wait for it to cool down. But it doesn't have too long of a cooldown time. Next up, we have the energy sword, which is another one of my favorite Covenant guns, but it's a close range melee weapon, so you gotta get up close to someone, and then when the crosshairs light up red, you can obviously press it and you lunge at them and stab them and kill them in one hit, unless they kill you while you're lunging. Next up, we got the fuel rod cannon, which is the rockets for the Covenant, but you know, they made it bounce. I don't know why they designed it so that it bounces, but it's still pretty cool. I've enjoyed the fuel rod gun through all the Halos. I've actually made a game of trying to find out how many times I can get a fuel rod cannon to bounce. Next up, we have the gravity hammer, which is another melee weapon, just like the energy sword, but this time it's a hammer that shoots kind of burst thing. A quick tip if you're new to Halo: if somebody's about to swing the gravity hammer at you, your best option would not be to try and kill them. It would be to try and jump at the last instant, because then you'll go flying away instead of dying, unless there's fall damage in this game, which I don't know. Next up, we have the concussion rifle, which replaced the brute shot in Halo Reach, and it's in Halo 4 now. I wish they brought back the brute shot, but they didn't. It's kind of like a grenade launcher type thing as well. It's got a little bit of a hook curve down to it, but not much. Next up, we have the plasma grenade, which anybody who's played Halo is already familiar with, and I'm getting ahead of myself now. So let me get the plasma grenade out, and it's just a circular grenade, but it's called a plasma grenade, but it's actually a sticky grenade. You can throw it, and if it hits a person, it'll stick to them, and there's nothing they can do to get it off. So let me get rid of my frags, and here's what a sticky grenade looks like. It's blue, and it explodes like this. It's still pretty cool. It's one of my favorite grenade types. And then we've got the mounted plasma cannon, which is the exact same as the mounted turret from the humans, which you saw behind me. It can fire 180 degrees in front of you, all the way to the left and all the way to the right, as well as it seems to have the same cooldown rate, and you can detach it, and it seems to shoot the same amount of ammo when detached before it runs out of ammo. But if I'm correct, the plasma cannon actually causes shields to go down faster than the chain gun, but it shouldn't matter considering the chain gun fires pretty rapidly anyways. So now we're going to get into the Forerunner weapons. This first one is the bolt shot, which is the Forerunner pistol in my opinion, but it's kind of like the I can't even remember the name of it from Halo 3. It was a pistol that couldn't fire very long range. It's got a single fire shot like this that can go pretty okay distance, or you can charge it like this and it fires like a shotgun burst type thing. And there was a gun in Halo 3 that was like this, but I can't remember it for the life of me. Oh, it was the Mauler. That's what it was called. So next up, we got the light rifle. This is kind of, I think this is the one that's like the DMR, kind of. It's like a combination. Oh, this is the one that's like a combination of the battle rifle and the DMR. When you're not using the scope on the top that you can see right now, it's a burst fire. And when you use the scope, it's a single shot. So, it's a really good combination between the two. So I'm now going to show you how fast you can fire if you just keep pulling the trigger with the burst. And then I'll do the same with the single shot after I respawn me some ammo. Alright, so here's how fast you can fire with the single shot. So next up we have the suppressor. I don't remember off the top of my head which this one this is, because again, pre-recorded for the Xbox. Oh, this is the LMG. Unlike the saw from the human side, this one has almost no upward recoil, but instead all the shots go everywhere instead of the gun slowly, gradually going up. So it's better to fire it in bursts. Next up, we have the scatter shot, which is the shotgun for the Forerunners. And it's a pretty nice shotgun to use. It loads from the back like this. Can't fire it too incredibly fast, and you can't. This is as fast as you can fire it. You can't aim down the sight with it. You had to fire from the hip like I was. And now we've got the binary rifle, which, if I'm correct by looking at it, it's the sniper rifle for the Forerunners. And it's a pretty cool gun as well. It's got yeah, it's a sniper rifle. It's got 2 shots in it before you reload it. And it's got two set zooms. It's got the first level, and then it's got the second level, which is here. And I find it funny because it reloads like a Hyperion sniper rifle from Borderlands 2, where the clip is underneath the scope. Next up, we've got the incendiary cannon, which is like the rocket launcher or the fuel rod gun for the humans and the Covenant. Except you don't reload it. It kind of like does this open thing, and it like creates a new incendiary round or something. Not too sure what it does there, but you're not loading it from what I can tell. And it shoots like that, and it's got a scope on top as well, which will help for taking out long-range targets. And then the final piece of weaponry we got here is the pulse grenade, which I have an idea of how this works. I mean, you obviously throw it and it explodes, but it brings up this orb thing around it where it looks like it's going towards the center, so maybe if someone's near it, it'll actually pull them in towards it and blow them up. So now we're going to go into the armor abilities. This first one we got here is the jetpack, which is pretty much the same as Halo in Halo Reach, except you don't go as high as you used to. So they pretty dulled it down. I don't think it's going to be all that helpful for getting to those hard to reach places anymore. Which is kind of a bummer, because that's kind of the point of a jetpack now. It's kind of just like an extended jump. This next one, I don't understand how this works. Like, the symbol makes it look like evade, but you only move like 3 steps. Like, is it supposed to help you quickly dodge stuff or what? Because you don't go anywhere. It's got a super long recharge. By default, when you press LB, I think it is. Yeah, LB. You default go forward, but you can also go left and right. And I tried going back right here, but I ended up going forward. I don't know if that's because I wasn't actually pulling back on the left stick, or if you can't go backwards. The next one you've got is active camouflage, which everybody's familiar with. Makes you invisible. If you walk standing up with this, you're going to deplete it out really quickly, and you're only going to be partially hidden. But my recommendation is that you crouch and walk with it, because if you crouch, not only does it not deplete your camouflage super quickly, but it also keeps you completely hidden. Next up, we have the hard light shield, which in my opinion is an improvement off of the what's it called, the armor lock from Halo Reach, like you saw in my demonstration earlier, and I'm waiting for it to recharge right now. It's basically this hard shield that comes up in front of you. I say it's an improvement because you can still walk around with it. It doesn't protect you from all sides like armor lock did, but you can still move while using it, so it's pretty helpful. Next up, we have the auto sentry, which I also have not used, but it's by its name, it's pretty easy to assume. It's a sentry that you spawn up. It does not follow you, but I assume it stays in the position where you leave it, and it'll shoot any enemies that walk in front of it. Next, we have Promethean vision, which is another one that I just don't get. It looks like it's thermal vision. I thought maybe it would be X-ray vision or something, but it looks like it's just thermal vision, so you can see if they're like in the room or not, which doesn't make any sense. You can't see through walls with it. You might be able to see a person through like the heat through a wall or something. I don't know. And then the last one we got one more after this. This is the hologram. I haven't used it in multiplayer, so I can't confirm this, but I've heard that the holograms, even though they still only walk in a straight line, I've heard now that if an enemy's in front of them, they'll fire. I really doubt that this is true, but if it is true, I will put hologram shooting confirmed in the description. And then the last one we have is the regeneration field, which brings up this yellow sphere thing, which I'm assuming will regenerate people's shields, kind of like the regenerator in Halo 3, which is very helpful. But I don't think it works like the bubble shield did in Halo Reach, where when you stood in it, it regenerated your health, and it worked as a bubble shield. I think it's just a loop thing. And now the last thing we got here is the newest vehicle in Reach. I mean, oh my god, in Halo 4, it's called the Mantis. All the other vehicles are the same as they were before. They just look a little different. But if you've played any of the other Halos, you will know them when you see them. But this is the new vehicle, the Mantis. It's kind of like this. I don't even know how to describe it, but on the right trigger you got this machine gun, and on the left you got rockets. I'm shooting at this other Mantis here. But you still got your mongoose, your chain gun, your Gauss, and your rocket pods. You got the Scorpion tank, you got the Ghost, you got the Wraith, you got the Banshee, and you got shade turrets. They took out the Revenant in this game, and there's no longer any video because I had more to say than I had video of. But I'm just gonna end this now. But I hope you guys enjoyed this walkthrough of. Not walkthrough, but this showing of all the weapons and armor abilities in the new vehicle in Halo 4. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, it would be awesome if you could give this video a thumbs up like rating. And if you would like to see more of Halo 4 content, be sure to subscribe to my channel, as I'm planning on posting more videos both today and maybe in the future. I don't know. I don't exactly plan on doing a campaign story thing because every major YouTuber is doing that right now. So I'm trying to do stuff that's different. But if you have a suggestion of something I should do, if I should try doing in Halo to put up for you guys, leave a comment down below, and I will be sure to get back to you on whether or not I will try. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. And if you live in the United States, don't forget to vote today, because it is election day, as well as as well as the launch of Halo 4. So I hope you guys enjoy Halo 4. And if you're in the United States, I hope you both enjoy Halo 4 and go to vote. Don't forget to vote. And I will see you guys in my next video.